I guess it's never a dull day where Arsenal's transfer rumours are concerned. We've got more links than a Cuban chain. The secret scout has tweeted exclusive. Arsenal approached Aston Villa to sign Ollie Watkins, fee in the region of 60 million. No agreement or decision yet, but talks with Aston Villa and players rep advancing as Aston Villa tried to land striker before. Sorry, Arsenal tried to land striker before deadline day. Aston Villa want to get João Felix in before they consider selling Ollie Watkins. Watkins wants to move. Now, what do you lot make of that? For me, I don't know how to feel. I back Secret Scout. I actually know what he looks like, and he was right about Enzo Fernandez, and he's right about a lot of the young players. So if he's saying this has happened, I do believe it. If I'm honest, of course, the Romanos, the David Ornsteins, at the time of making this video, haven't latched onto it. I'm sure they're typing up their essays as we speak. Now, we have heard Arsenal want a younger striker. That was why they're not keen on Gyökeres. Ain't Gyökeres and Ollie Watkins the same age? For Watkins, he's Premier League proven. He is an Arsenal fan, and he has, well, to be honest, the Aston Villa game at their place earlier in the season was the first time he hasn't put the ball in the back of the net and dented our challenge. What I would say the key thing there is 60 million, because surely, I mean, there is a reality where we get Ollie Watkins and then they go for Sesko in the summer. I don't think Arsenal are going to do that, because if you look at it, they're saying as high as 70 odd million for Sesko. This would be 60 million. That's 110 million spent on two strikers, where you've still got Kai Havertz, where it's not clear if he's going to play in midfield or up front. We haven't got Zubimendi over the line, but you would imagine a midfielder arrives. And this is with excluding anything else Arsenal want to do. Yeah, he's Premier League proven. He scores goals. We have been linked to him for a few years, not so much in the last. I'm not against it necessarily. I'm not. But I don't know what to make of it, admittedly, people. So let me know your thoughts. 60 million, that ends any small hopes you have of Isaac. That probably ends the hopes of Gyökeres, if you did believe that. And that probably, you can't guarantee it, but it probably means you move away from Sesko. And again, people, we need an attacker. We have heard the language kind of switch with Arsenal. First, it was we're not making any signings. Then it was the Gabriel Jesus and Saka injuries are the tip of the iceberg, which probably warning signs in itself. Crucially, Aston Villa want to get one in João Felix before obviously they sell. And also, this is said, we have made an approach. We've spoken to him, his reps. So clearly Watkins is down for the move. Clearly we have a vague idea of what a contract would look like. But crucially, at this moment in time, the ball's in Aston Villa's court. Are they going to let him go? Are they going to let him go? Are they able to get João Felix in? And, they seem to have some stability. Aston Villa have been doing a lot, but it seems like John Duran's agreed personal terms with a move to Saudi. Does John Duran say, do you know what, if Watkins leaving, I'm going to play? Or do Aston Villa sell both, which would be crazy, really, because they're having quite a good season. So let me know what you lot make of that, people. Obviously, earlier today, we was linked with Mathys Tel, who apparently not just Arsenal, but a number of Premier League clubs, Chelsea, Man United and Arsenal, have all been quoted, people. Apparently, the Arsenal greatly appreciate him and have been monitoring him since he joined Bayern and never lost sight of him. As we know, owing to the injuries of Bukayo Saka and Jesus, we're looking to strengthen our forward line. He has been linked with loan moves to the Premier League, to France and to the Bundesliga. Apparently the big clubs interested want him on a permanent deal. Further talks will follow, but what's clear is that it's almost impossible Tel will stay at Bayern in the second half of the season. So big clubs, that is Chelsea, that's Man United, that's Arsenal. I wouldn't say that's Spurs, but, Spurs could offer him first team football. I'd love him off the left-hand side. Miguel Delaney once again has said Arsenal are considering to sign Tel from Bayern and the player is open to the move. I'd be for these attacking reinforcements. We're considering him, people. He signaled his intention. Apparently, a significant issue Arsenal must overcome is whether a loan with an option to buy is possible. Fewer clubs would be interested if it's just a loan without an obligation. Arsenal's plans to bring in a forward and Tel fits all the criteria, especially regarding his potential to flourish with a consistent role. The news that the Frenchman has become available surprised Arsenal due to his obviously talent. It has naturally caused the club to look at a potential deal and what could be done to convince Bayern to sell. You could get him on a dry loan and then renegotiate Owen to Martin Odegaard. I would love to see us get Watkins and Tel. I would prefer Mathys Tel. I know he's younger. Ollie Watkins is Premier League proven, ready to hit the ground running, etc. But I just think if we could get some sort of deal for Tel, I promise you we would love it, people. Bayern, naturally, if I was Bayern Munich, I'm telling Tel, listen, I know we've broken a lot of promises. I beg you go on loan for this half of the season. Maybe potentially next year you will be a Bayern Munich regular in the near to distant future. Arsenal and Chelsea are investigating a move for Tel, as a number of clubs have been alerted by his intention to leave Bayern Munich. Tel was already on the radar of Arsenal with plans to bring in a forward, and the player fits all their criteria. Now, every football club, depending on your relationship with agents and agents offering you to clubs, I don't buy that they just found out that Mathys Tel was available. I think everybody could see, us as normal fans, Cunha is someone that could angle for a move. Tel could angle for a move. Cherky of Lyon could angle for a move. Any player that is struggling for first team football, is not in their side, has had any bust up with a manager, contracts running down. We got to remember January's a reactive window, so I don't buy that whole surprising stuff. For what it's worth, allegedly, Tel is known to be very open to Arsenal, both due to the status of the club right now and also the possibility for football due to the thinness of their attacking options. Tel is understood to only want to go to a club where he'll be guaranteed a certain number of minutes. I wouldn't necessarily say that's the case at Arsenal. Completely off topic, people, but you might have seen, people. It'd be nice to see a documentary about us winning the title this season or last year or the year before. But apparently Arsenal's Invincibles are close to agreeing a deal on a documentary to chart their 03-04 season. Mail Sports understands that after a long period of negotiation, a breakthrough has taken place with an announcement on a project due in the near future. I mean, there's a lot of links, there's a lot of good documentaries coming out. I just want to see some players signed this month.